What's going on, guys? It's me, Shugashu. We're back with another Umamusume video, and then I thought that maybe I should give Chocoban a chance. I don't know why. Honestly, before recording, I literally sat here looking like, who should I train? I thought about different options, and I was just like, do I want to train them? For some odd reason, I saw Chocoban, and I was like, I don't mind training her. So here we are. We're going to be training Chocoban, or Mihono Bourbon Valentines, for mile distance for the League of Heroes, and see how that goes. Although, I was thinking back to the Kita run and the Suzuka runs. I was gonna more compare it to the Kita run and be like, my runner trainings haven't been going well, but we'll see. As for the setup, I'm keeping the same setup I used yesterday, with Rhinecraft and Almond Eye as the speed cards, Samamo Power, Measure Ramina Wise, Super Creek, Stamina, and Hoshina friend card. So we're just gonna get that started. And the League of Heroes, I believe I said, starts tomorrow. But before we go jump into that and going over the comments and the training, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give it that search, hit request to join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel in the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But excuse me, I don't know what that was. That being said, anyways, here we are. Let's see how this training goes, as I also load up the comments just to see if or when I should possibly go over the comments. But I finished chapter 1, process 4. I just thought, I guess, the whole of chapter 1, from what it seems like, in Enfield, which I believe I am now in chapter 2, because I did beat the boss in process 4. So I'm literally probably just at the very end of process 4 or at the very beginning of chapter 2, which I'm assuming is where I'm at. So some progress there. It doesn't help that I still am very behind in a few games. Just a few games, but it's a significant amount of story time. And I'm hoping maybe this weekend I'll probably catch up on it. Maybe I'll catch up on Arknights so I can just fully focus on the other games. At the same time, I'll probably also be trying to set up my bases better for, you know, the factory simulator reasons, you know. But I am kind of, the more I catch up into Arknights, I get more into the whole factory building thing for for materials, obviously. You know, it ain't that bad. It's actually quite fun. Now that I get to get more into it compared to, well, earlier when I was just doing whatever the tutorial wanted me to do or the story wanted me to do. Did I? I thought I did for some reason. Maybe a normal rest would be fine here. Yeah, I think I'll just do it normal rest. But other than that, did I do anything else? I said I was gonna do Oh crap, I forgot. I totally forgot I still need to do, what was it, Deadly Assault? I was about to say that I forgot to do Combat Threshold this week, because I said I was going to do it this week, but I didn't. Which I'm probably going to push, maybe, since I have to do Deadly Assault today. Plus, the reason why I push Combat Threshold is I've been focusing on Enfield, pretty much. Pretty much is the reasoning behind that. Which I'm fine with because I do need to catch up in Enfield as much as I can. I mean, with 2 more chapters or processes left, I guess it's not that bad, right? So I can probably get that out of the way sometime in the weekend or maybe even today. And then get started with everything else that I need to catch up on. Maybe even Combat Threshold. But since it's sticking around for a while, I mean, am I really in a rush? Am I really in a rush for Combat Threshold? Probably not, because I'm pretty sure when it first originally came out, I didn't do it right away. So it's fine, right? It's fine, right? I'll focus on Deadly Assault, which shouldn't be bad. Which shouldn't be bad. I know I said they a while ago before Combat Threshold. Well, it's kind of hard to consider Combat Threshold as a like it is endgame in a way because it does update, but it takes so long to update. Like instead of however long this is, like almost like a week and a half, a month and a half. At least when I looked at it earlier this week or last week, it said like 40 something days or more. So it's just basically what, a month and like a month and a half to 2 weeks maybe. It's kind of like, well, it doesn't really update as often, so it's kind of forgettable in a way. Which I feel like that's why they updated the shield defense instead of making something else. They decided to just make shield defense a little bit harder. I just say that just you know, it is a little bit harder than what it was, if I'm gonna be honest. It is a little bit harder, but is it stupidly harder than what it was now? It's what I've been basically saying. It's just a good mixture of Deadly Assault and shield defense, which is funny because I said the same thing for Combat Threshold, except Combat Threshold has way more fights and you need more teams, so to speak. This is just one, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I felt like they could have made a third one, probably a little bit more different. Like, I don't mind if it still keeps like the whole scoring system and all that, but make it like, well, if they keep the same scoring system, then it's basically no different than Deadly Assault is shield defense. So maybe, I don't know, just try something different. A different scoring system, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But that should be on my bond there. As for the other, I didn't do anything on the other games. Actually, I still need to do my dailies for Frontline. I forgot to do that. Why did I forget to do that? Or that was a couple hours ago. That was definitely a couple hours ago from the moment I'm recording now. I don't know. I don't know. What? I'll just do it later. Gotta do Deadly Assault after I get this video posted or uploaded, because my recording time has kind of shifted in a way. I'm recording very close to, like, fairly close to when, by the time I finish editing, it'll be, or uploading, it'll be past the usual time. Except on Sundays. For the Monday videos. And with the League of Heroes starting, what'd I say, tomorrow? Tonight? Whatever it is, tonight or tomorrow night. I just know it's one of these nights. Oh wait, no. League of Heroes starts, yeah, tonight or the other night, right? No, because if so, like, no, I think it's sometime next week. So maybe this isn't the last training. Crap, I remember I mentioned it early, a few days ago, and I'm just here completely forgotten about it. I think I said it was next week. I think. I'm not too sure. I guess I'll figure it out. Kind of have no choice but to figure it out. Because I think the date I saw where it started was supposed to be... What was the date? I should still have the page open. I keep the news page because for times like these. Maybe they have an updated one just for the League of Heroes for me to look at? Maybe? Yeah, they do. Okay, cool. So when does it actually start? Oh, it does start tomorrow night. Okay, so I was wrong, but not wrong at the same time, because I originally thought it was early in the video when I said, did I say that I was gonna train Mihono Bourbon for the last training before the League of Heroes? Because I thought it was starting tomorrow. Well, if I did, then yeah, that's why I said I got it right. But I also got it wrong when I tried correcting myself that I said it was next week. I guess. Well, there's that. Is that Royce and Royce? Well, I guess tonight for the 2-star banner prior to the anniversary, the 2-star character is Royce and Royce. I don't need to really say who that is, but she was the newest member of Team Canopus in Season 3, along with Sounds of Earth. For those who don't know. For those who don't know. And yeah, I think it is starting tonight for that one, but do we really care? No. No, because it's a 2-star. Probably will end up getting one during the anniversary when pulling for whoever the character is, because they haven't announced it. But other than that, I'm gonna start going over the comments now. Starting off with Nova's comments. all the comments I'll be going over will be Novas, and then the very last one will be Tanoki. But starting off with Novas, with the first one, League of Heroes update, got Allegria and Still in Love up, just some chill Vivlos training remaining. Working from home is definitely helping the trainings for sure. Since I am now aware, again, fully aware again that the League of Heroes is coming up very soon, I'm probably gonna try and do a lot of manual runs to see if I can get a third Uma, and then if I do get a third Uma and there's still time, maybe go for a better cap. At least that's what I'm thinking. At least that is what I'm thinking. Maybe if I can get that UA right before the League of Heroes, you know? I feel like it's possible. It's just gonna be pretty close. I would need a very specific kind of run to happen. Basically, whatever happened in my Chronogenesis and Cinderella Grey cap runs, but like a little bit better. Probably most likely whatever I said, I could have improved it. There's nothing going on here, so I'll just do wise training. Next comment says, Enfield new game mode is released and I don't think I'm ready. I got essence for my weapons to worry about since those take tons of stamina. Also mastery level 3 for all my Leviathan skills. God, these things cost a lot of stuff. I think I'm getting more money in the meantime to buy stuff from the market. I still need to do all the events and character stories, so this 4-day weekend is ideal for me. I do too. I'm still behind in the main story, and I still need to do the character stories. Which was... Who was it? Was it Leviathan? Was it also... I don't know the guy's name. The wolf guy. I'm gonna just call him the wolf guy. I forgot his name. Even though I use him in the team, it's kind of funny. Was Yvonne one of them? And Gilberta? Were those the 4, or was it just 3 of them? I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. But I still need to do that regardless, along with the rest of the main story that's available, which I'm hoping to be fully caught up to Enfield before it updates, which I'm not even sure when that is. If it, well, whenever that is, I guess. That's like probably the latest I probably want to, but I'm not even sure how much time I have before that happens. If it's like at least a week, then I'll probably most likely catch up prior to that. I'll probably just be ending up needing to do factory stuff there. But I haven't really checked out the end game stuff. Heck, I don't even know what it is. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. I may have came across it and just didn't think it was end game stuff. So maybe I'll look it up. Maybe it'll tell me. Whatever happens, happens. Heard HSR is out of the hiatus phase. New Sparkle looks cute, but I have no drive to add another Hoyo game. I still have the Hoyo trauma, so to speak. I think we should just call it the Genshin trauma. I think we should just call it the Genshin trauma, because that's pretty much how it is. Or, yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Because Star Rail didn't do anything to you, and it was the game right after Genshin. So it kind of makes sense to just call it the Genshin trauma. Or, yeah, Genshin trauma, since you're playing Zenless. At least that's how it makes sense to me. Although I feel like you'd be fine with Star Rail because it's turn-based and there's an auto system. It's just a crap ton of story you need to catch up to. Just a crap ton. It's okay, there's a skip button. For just, you know, For those who care. For those who care. But I did do pulls for the current character in phase 1, Yao Guang. I did fail to 50-50. I think I went all the way to pity because I nearly ran out of everything I save. For the just for the character itself, I lost the 50-50, going all the way to guaranteed, and lost the 50-50. And then I did end up getting Yao Guang, but I did. It was basically the whole Chacona thing that happened. And from what I remember with Chacona, I ended up getting. I was about to call him Sephiroth. Kalkaro failing to 50-50, but when I got Chacona, 2 over came out, so I did get 2 of Yao Guang's. Which I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, I wish I had just, in a way, I was like, maybe I wish I had just didn't get a dupe and lost that 50-50 for that dupe. Just so I'm guaranteed Sparksy for phase 2. Because I still need to pull the what is it called again? I still need to pull for the light cone. Will that work? Oh, it works. Which is essentially just a weapon. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm running out of ideas as to what to farm for in Wuwa. I'm gonna skip a lot of reruns most likely, and it seems we're getting the orange-haired girl in the next version. Am I forgetting a character? Who the heck was orange hair? Orange hair? In Wuwa? Who the freak had orange hair? Are we talking about the girl that was in the story when we were in the Frostlands? Assuming, right? You played it. I'm assuming, from what I remember, it seems like you did play it. I don't know who you're talking about. It's funny because I'll probably understand or figure out who you're talking about by name if it's been a character that's involved in the story somehow, some way. Orange hair? Who the frick? For what I can speculate, she might be an arrow DPS, so it's probably a skip since I already have Kathy. Lucilla needs to come faster. Oof. I still don't know who this orange hair chick is. The heck? What if I search upcoming banners? If I search upcoming banners and I see an orange haired chick, then I'll probably know what you're talking about or who you're talking about. Can I just do a race? No. Whatever. Maybe I'll change something. Orange haired girl. Oh. I see a picture of her. I don't remember seeing her in the story, actually. Because I don't even remember this name. Wait. Actually, I might have seen her. Was she in the classroom in the beginning of the story? I would think so, since apparently she's getting released before Lucia. That's phase 1. Lucia's phase 2. Where did she appear in the story? I'm trying to see if I could find a cutscene or something that can show her. Because for some odd reason, I do remember seeing her somewhere, somehow in the story. But where to be exact? Or somewhere, I don't know. But as I scroll through images, I'm not really getting getting anything. But I guess it is what it is. I don't know why. I do feel like I saw her at least in the beginning of the story last time. But I gotta worry about it later. I think I might just do what I did with Miyabi. And just basically what you're doing. And just probably most likely skip her because she's Arrow and because Cardathea. It's kind of like what I said with Miyabi. Like, oh, I got Miyabi, don't really, you know. It's funny how I always come back to Miyabi as an example, but she's like the perfect example I can come up with these kind of comparisons, I guess. Kind of hoping Counterside and or Nikki would EOS so that I could have an excuse to clear up time for NT and Ananta. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Ananta also. When is that happening? Sometime this year, right? Was it announced? I should probably check if it's been announced. Here, let me do a race, because Ananta release. Oh my god, release date. Highly likely to release in 2026. Boy, I knew that. I knew that. I guess they still don't have a release date from what it seems like. I'm gonna say like probably around fall. Late summer to like October. I don't know if that's a good guess. Maybe it's too long of a guess. Maybe as early as summer. Maybe. It could be like Zenless and released during Anime Expo in July. If they wanted to. I don't know. I don't know. But continuing with the comment, but that's not happening. Low maintenance mode for those two gotchas for sure. Nikki has a collab with Licorice Recoil. That anime, I like that anime. And I'm like, I have no idea what WTF this IP is, and I can just skip. FOMO's not going to affect me at all. Well, FOMO's not going to affect me because I don't play the game. Even though I do remember watching it, even though it was just season, but I did like it. I did like it. Birthday month for me, March is packing. Well, yeah, because you said you were leaving like towards basically a month later, right? Than you normally do. So like the end of March. Where is this comment? Uma, Annie, and GFL2 major event and Field 1.1 release. I should treat myself to some whaling and gotchas, but what should that be? Well, from what it seems like, your go-to is definitely Girls Frontline. And then everything else just seems to be if you just need to at that moment. As in, if you run out of Ashtrites or Polychromes and Zenless or Wuwa. Or you're swiping for the anniversary or big events for Umamusume. Wow, I said the whole thing. I usually say Pretty Derby. um, or I guess unless it's you somehow start swiping in Blue Archive more often, or are you still swiping in Blue Archive? The last time I remember it was like during the half anniversary last year or something like that. It was when you like first swiped for it, I think. Or was that like 2 years ago? I don't remember. It feels pretty recent though. Um, Plus I don't even know how you are with like spending in the other games either. But Spectral DPS is still kind of weak, to be honest. You got Jinxie who got power creep, Zani who still feels pretty bad to use even now, and the dude coming next. True. Well, the dude got some cool moves, but that's about it. And there's no Spectral DPS where I can say like, man, I like using this team a lot. Unfortunately, that's true. I mean, yeah, Zani's team, I'll be real. Even with like Phoebe and all that, it still feels, in my opinion, kind of mid. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. It feels kind of mid. I personally felt like me just using Jin C was better than going with the whole Zani thing. The whole Spectral Frazzle route. I felt like my Phoebe was doing more damage than my Zani. Am I the only one? I hope not. That's how I felt. I hope not. And then Jin C, I could just pair her up with... Who can I pair her up with now? Now I think about it. I haven't thought about that. If I were to pair her up, I'd most likely just give her Shorekeeper and... Or I guess... Technically Verena for some odd reason is better than Shorekeeper. I don't understand that. But it probably is different now. With like Lene and all that. Now, like, who would I team her up with? Yeah, probably just Chun-Li, and if I'm not using Chun-Li in a fusion team, then I'll just go back to what I normally did, Verena, Chun-Li, and Jinxie. Or I can use Considerably with her, or Yinlin. Same thing, Verena, mainly, or Shorekeeper at this point. But I don't think Lene or any of the new ones actually helps her in any way. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think so. I could be wrong. Could definitely be wrong. But it is what it is. As for Zani, yeah, I don't know. I still use Zani, but the excitement from like using her the first time kind of just, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the same like if I were to use Carlota or Lupa, Cardathea, any of those Renacida teams, any of those 2.x teams. Plus, those characters are also are usable with the current characters. As in, with like Carlota, you can use Lene and Mornier, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think both of them. I think that's currently her best team, which is essentially just her with. It's basically what I'm using, but with Yuno. Which now I can switch between the two. And I have done the team with Carlota and Lene and Mornier. Not for anything too serious, but for like that weekly thing with like 6,000 points. Honestly, it was pretty darn good. It was pretty darn good. Other than that, and then, well, yeah, the end game of Uma is just CM League of Heroes, but for me, it's also another matter. For a long while, I just think the new Umas being released were meh. I won't deny that you were pretty vocal about that. I was itching to pull on something. I'm like, cards are the only other thing you can pull in this game. And then things went off from there. It definitely did. It definitely did. Furniture, be it digital or not, it's still furniture. Yeah, nothing that not furniture you can use personally, like sitting down on it or whatever. Um, so I found out something amusing about the outpost and Zenless. Apparently, it tells you what the other members got from their gotcha pulls, so I can double check who failed their 50-50. Nobody can escape the real evidence. Fair enough. Fair enough. I recently changed my profile picture to Discord for Discord to Phoebe, but that's just not any Phoebe. It's about a meme about Phoebe being in Enfield. I've actually seen pictures of that. I'm just like, what is she doing here? What is she doing here in Enfield? Or why are people putting her in Enfield? This started from Cian apparently, where a guy thought he would be able to get Phoebe by playing Enfield. He got to almost the end of the Woolen part and asked the community where to find Phoebe, so people were like, huh? Thus it became a meme of a fool who can't tell gacha games apart. That's gotchas. So that's what happened? That's the story behind it? Mans didn't just check the games and the characters? If he had played Wuwa, or yeah, if he had played Wuwa, he would have way more longer than to catch up on than just up to Wulin and Arknights. But I guess now I know where it came from. I just seen the pictures. Was confused. And then the last comment from Nova. So yeah, Enfield new game. It's kind of oh, yeah. Oh, I felt like you mentioned this earlier, or mentioned the Enfield earlier. You did, but it's the whole different comment. Okay, just making sure. Enfield new game is kind of met in terms of rewards, 1200 ore barrel. So two pulls, yeah, yeah, two singles because it's 5,000, right? The pull requirement was already rough, so this is kind of concerning. I think they should address this because it will definitely impact how we as players feel about the gacha as time goes on. Right now, I'm just expecting me to pull one character per 2 to 3 months. Honestly, that seems about right. If I'm going to be real, that sounds about right. With how Enfield is, there's no way to really justify the fact that we have to spend 5,000 for one 110 pull. That's literally over 3 pulls in Wuwa and Zenless. It's pretty ridiculous. Even in the Persona gacha, it has something. It has like 2 gacha systems where it has the, in a way, 2 gacha systems, I would say. Where one of them is like Arknights, where it goes all the way to 110. Well, I think 110 or 120 in Persona. And then you get the character for reaching that high if you don't get it prior. But you're just guaranteed a character as long as you go all the way down. But they still kept the other, like, kind of just like the typical 50-50 normal one, where you reach 80. And if you lose a 50-50, then you go back to the next one, then you're guaranteed. In a way, if you think about it, if it's a character you want, then yeah, it'll be definitely worth it to just go for the straight 110 or 120, whatever it is in Persona. Because you'll be spending more than that or doing more pulls than that in the more typical 50-50 banner. If you lose the 50-50 and then you move on, to the next guaranteed, and you might end up just doing a whole nother 80 at the same time. So instead you get an extra 40 or 30 instead of the extra 80, which is why I was okay in a way with the Arknights one, because it kind of just reminded me of that. The whole, oh yeah, just reach this, just another 40 extra pulls and you're guaranteed a character. What kills me is the amount to pull for a 10 pull, which is again a whole over three pulls compared to all the Hoyo games in WoW. Heck, it's even more than like the Crunchyroll, Eminence and Shadow, where it's like 2,700. So, you know. Enfield is literally going to be just pull literally who you just want to pull. And not just because you like them. Like, you actually genuinely like them than you would normally in like other games. Like, WoW, where we have banners where we're like, oh, we're going to be pulling next banner, the next phase, next patch. This one, Arknights, it's more like, okay, who do I really want to pull? You know? Like, you got to be more focused on what teams you want to be running so you can carefully pull for said team. You feel me? So it is what it is. Maybe they'll address it, because honestly, it's stupid how much less we get off like the exploration and in-game stuff that we can get ore barrels from, or whatever the currency is, compared to how much they're asking per 10 pull. You feel me? That's my main concern. Like, if they really, especially for the free-to-play players, if they really want to retain or keep these players or try to bring in new players, they either would have to find a way to make it work for the free-to-play players by adding more things to do, or increase the rewards for things that refresh endgame stuff, you know, or events. Or even, if they have to, lower the cost of the 10 pull. Because, like I said, compared to the other big games, or the well-known ones like WoA, Zenless, Star Rail, Genshin, it's over 3 pulls for one whole 10 pull. For pretty much nearly the same, for like the same kind of like system in a way. Because there's still a 50-50 that you still need to try and win. The only difference is you reach 120, you're good. You still get her. Or get the character. The difference? Each pull is almost 3 times more expensive. So, yeah, Enfield definitely just have to worry about who you want to pull. Am I worried about it? Kinda. The reason why I'm worried about it is because I like the game. Not just because it looks pretty and all that, like it looks like a AAA game. I've said this a couple times already. The story is actually not bad so far. I understand it's still the beginning. Chapter 1, I'll take it as just an intro. So I'm expecting things to get more serious, obviously, in the future chapters story. But I won't say that I hate the story. It's not like as impactful, or like it didn't really like hit me, just like Wuwa did, or Zenless did. I feel like it impacted me less than Zenless, because I know for sure Wuwa, story-wise, did a good job in the beginning. Until now, obviously. They've only gotten better along the way. So yeah. That's pretty much it. We'll just see how Enfield goes in the future. Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll make it better. We'll see. But other than that, thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And the last comment is from Tenoki. And it says, League of Heroes coming real soon. Made OG Ramino, Nekomaya, OG Helios, both runner and leader. Wedding Fine Motion, OG Narita Brian, OG KS Miracle, OG Taiki Shuttle, OG Craft, OG Zephyr, OG Suzuka, and OG Fuji Kiseki. This one, man's went ham. Man's went ham. Time to figure out which is my best three. Well, you have fun with that. You have fun with that, but good on you. Good on you. Hopefully things go well for you in the League of Heroes as for everyone else. But thank you, Tenoki and Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Let me actually refresh just to make sure there's no other comments, and there isn't. So with that being said, there's no videos over the weekend once League of Heroes start. I'm just gonna wait until Monday, or in this case Sunday, to record. What day would that be? Day 3? Day 2? One of those days. I think day 2, because I said it starts tomorrow, right? Yeah, if it starts tomorrow night, then yeah, it'll be day 2. Just fine. I don't mind at all. It'll be funny because I'll be posting day 2 by the time I record. Oh, maybe. We'll see what happens. I was gonna say by the time I record for Tuesday, it'll probably be day 4, but probably not. Like, it really matters because it's still in like the early parts of the League of Heroes. So like bronze rank doesn't really matter, to be honest, for me to like go over, because it's literally just endless runs until you reach silver rank. Not using any tickets or whatnot. Let's just hope I don't forget to use any tickets. Or forget to do a day, because that's exactly what I did last League of Heroes, and I ended up at Plat 2. So we'll see what happens there in the future. The League of Heroes get started. Oh, I just realized there's more than I thought. Huh. Well, I'm not even going to be using this. So I guess it's okay for me to just do whatever. Unless, I mean, technically. Where is it? There was a debuff skill. That's not enough. That's not enough. Why do I care? I'm not using this Mihono Bourbon just based off the stats. Whatever. Whatever. Let's just see what we got. It's probably just gonna be a mid UC, if anything. Pretty positive it's just gonna be a mid UC. I think I've learned from my... Oh, that's a high UC. Could have been a UB, but not what I was looking for. Anyway. But I'll probably do a lot of Suzuka runs after I get all the other stuff done, because I still need to do Deadly Assault, but I still need to edit this video and upload it first before I get into Deadly Assault. But I ended off with 1905 speed, 1516, stamina 1746, power 962, and guts and 1078 wise. So I'm gonna say the same thing. And we get an S aptitude and mild distance. But I'm gonna say the same thing. Mild and power doesn't seem to be the problem. Obviously. Stamina this time around was about close to the highest point I've had it, I think. Which I'm kind of surprised because I thought Guts would be a little bit closer to 1200. But I'll admit, I think that Chrono Genesis and Agree Cap Cinderella Grey run probably had more like random Guts training that was actually pretty decent, which is why it's probably higher. I do remember those, I believe. And then 1078 on Wise, which honestly just a few more trainings on that would have been higher. But that is my second best because I don't think I manual trained her too much. I think I did a few auto trainings, so I'm not surprised that that's kind of the highest, where UB is the highest, especially with how things were going prior to me getting UB8s and all that in last week in this scenario. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing the day before the League of Heroes. If you got your team set up, who your final 3 is, or just a group of Umas that you have, like Tanoki does. And if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. Let me know how you guys, or what plans you guys have for the weekend, or how your weekend went, because I'll be reading this after the weekend, the comments after the weekend. So yeah, as long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined Circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shoo Shoo. Once you give that a search, hit request to join, it'll let me know that you want to join the circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or the Circle Quest channel on the Discord server. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Have a good weekend. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.